If you reach the age of 80 and you look back your life, what are the things you regret if you are not able to achieve? For me, there are 7 of them, but I'm going to focus on one today. Happy, fulfilled marriage. Happy marriage is a big deal for me. Why? My 2 brothers and I, we grew up without a father figure in our lives. Our parents divorced when we were very young. This affected us psychologically, emotionally, mentally, financially. My elder brother became a drunkard. I lost my younger brother to tramway and drugs. So healthy, happy marriage is a big deal for me. So this led me to a quest to start studying people who have a happy, fulfilled marriage. I know some people, they just want to get married. For me, I just don't want to get married. I want to be happy in it because others are enduring their marriage and they endure to a level they dissolve the marriage. I've never seen people who are happily in marriage and then they end it. So my goal after getting married is to experience happiness, fulfillment in that marriage. So I started to study people who have that, and I learned some few things. I'm coming to share them. The first one is the best way to find the right spouse for you is to become the right spouse for them. Wow. Like attract like. So I've seen a lot. Everybody want the right spouse, but they don't want to become the right spouse. That's a problem. I want a man who fear God, but you don't. That's a problem. Don't you think he also want a woman who fear God? I want a woman who is this. Don't you think she also have what she want? So the first thing I learned from people who have a happy, healthy marriage is that to find the right spouse, you must become the right spouse. So I started to work on healing. I started to work on, as you are growing, you hear things, you see things, you hear things, you experience things. Those things start to make you act in a certain way, behave and think a certain way. Some of these things are toxic. They are toxic behavior. So you have to unlearn them. You have to relearn. You have to be open for that. So I started to work on myself. I'm working, and becoming the right person takes time. So I think from 1 to 10, I'm making a headway of becoming the right person. Now, the second thing I also realized from these people is that they choose the right spouse. They choose the right spouse because you can't change somebody. You can't fix anybody. In fact, nobody going to marriage to be fixed. We come to marriage to be loved, to be accepted, to be appreciated, to be experienced, not to be fixed. If to be fixed, then leave me alone. So the second thing I realized that they choose right, because the behavior the person is showing during dating, that is, when you get married, that person is not going to change it. And nobody even go to marriage to be changed. And in fact, it becomes even so hard to a point that people are fighting each other. So don't marry somebody you want to change. They are not work to be worked on. They are there to be experienced, to be valued, to be cherished. So the second thing I observe from these people who have long-lasting, fulfilled, happy marriage, they choose right. First, they become right. And secondly, that enables them to choose right. Now, they share some of the things they consider in choosing right. The first is the character. And one way they're able to identify the character is that they look at, if she's a woman, how does her mother treat the father? After a few years, she might have, as children, we learn things from our parents consciously and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly, and some are even genetic. So they started to look at that woman, her mother. How does the mother treat the father? And if he's a guy, they look at how does his father treat the mother? Because after a few years, he's gonna start acting that way. Not all the behavior, because when he grows up or when she grows up, there are certain toxic behavior from their parents they want to change. So they'll start to work on that. But it will help you, the spouse, understand them and appreciate the effort they are putting, because you know the struggle they are coming from. But if you have no clue, you've not studied to understand that, any little behavior, you're going to have a problem. But once you understand something, you know it. It takes true understanding to value somebody. to appreciate somebody, and to be able to live with somebody. So make that effort, make that research. For me, I visited my spouse's home. I see it live, how the mom was treating the dad. I love it. So with you, maybe the person you are with, they might have divorced. His parents might have divorced. So you can ask him. You can go for a nice dinner. Ask him questions during dating. Please, tell me qualities you admire from your dad and why. Tell me things you didn't like about your dad, which you wish you would have changed. He would tell you a lot. Ask him again, what are the qualities you cherish, you admire from your mom? And what are the qualities you didn't like? These few questions will give you a lot. And if she's a lady, you to the guy, ask her, send her to a beautiful dinner date. Ask her, what are the qualities you cherish and admire from your mom? And listen, just keep quiet and listen. She will share them. After she knows, what are the things you didn't like about your mom? She will say it. You ask her again, what are the things you love about your dad? And what are the things you didn't like? Just these things will give you, but the best is if she's from a home where both parents are there, you could have go and see it yourself. Saying is one thing, there's some little bit of truth in it, but if you see it, it's on another level. But hey, half is better than none, so that's okay. So the first is you look at the character. The second is spirituality, how the person, is the person spiritual? Because you can't be around your spouse 24/7 to see whatever they are doing. No, only God can do that. So right now, my spouse don't know what I'm doing right now. There are a lot of things I could do, but because of my relationship with God, not my wife, my relationship with God, He keeps me accountable. So you need a spouse who have a healthy relationship with God, who understand God, who read the Quran, who read the Bible, who study the Quran, who study the Bible, who listen to sermons to understand God and His creation, including her or him, who have a good connection with God. Because there are a lot of things, especially this social media time, for a person can do. But if the person you choose have a healthy relationship with God, that will keep them accountable. And even in the relationship, long term, you might have done certain things knowingly or unknowingly to hurt the person. It takes the connection and relationship with God the person has to forgive you, to have patience, to have time to understand you, to give you grace, to give you mercy. So a person's spirituality is key. If the God that created that person and that person doesn't value and respect that same God, is it you, the spouse, they're going to value and respect? So that's a big question to find out. So spirituality is a big deal. I offer my 5 daily prayers. I fast. I do my tahajjud. I do the best as I can. Because when I study the Quran and the life's history of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I've seen things he does, and I try my best. Nobody can be perfect. You strive to become perfect. So I try that. So as a woman or as a guy, if you want to choose a spouse, you look at the spirituality. One incident happened in Abu Abu number 2, Kumasi, that hit me. A lady was wearing a abaya. Is this Islamic wear? And she was coming out from a room where people could know that she just had an affair with someone. Now, the scripture said, do not commit zina. So you wear a abaya and go and do that. So it means that how people see you is very important to you. They see you wear the abaya, so that means you are good. But within you, so spirituality is things you practice when people don't see you. It's you and God. It's your connection, your understanding with God. Religion is a practice. So when somebody just, oh, this is a Muslim, this is a Christian, these are labels for that. So I'm very, very focused. I look at how spiritual is this person. Some people are too religious, but they are ignorant about the Quran, the Bible. So these people lie, they cheat, they deceive, but they pray. So you are religious, but you are not spiritual. Spirituality will work on your mindset, your character, your behavior. It will make you a better person. Understanding, wisdom. So I look at that, and I saw that most of these people who have a healthy marriage, they consider that too as well. The third thing they consider is how the person handle money. How the person handle money. Is the person a saver, or the person is an investor, or just a spender? There are some women, you give them $2,000, they will make stew, they will cook soup, they will manage the home. Some women, you give them $5,000, it's not enough. And they will buy things. And they are not also wrong. No, there are some men who loves women like that. So you look at your level and know the type of woman you go for. And some men too, immediately they get money, they spend to impress. They don't save, they don't invest. They're just wasting money. And there are three categories of people when it comes to money. They said that foolish people waste money, average mind people spend money, and wise people save and invest money. So that person, because you're going to bring in children in this relationship. So I saw that those who have a healthy, happy marriage, both spouses have the discipline, have the right understanding of money, because like attract like. How many of you like to hang around people that don't understand you? That is how money is. Money like to hang around people that understands it. This is very important. So you look at the person, how does the person handle money? And if you're also a lady, stop waiting for a man to be rich like Elon Musk, like Bill Gates, before you settle. I mean, there's nothing wrong with waiting for those people, but what I observe that most people, before they reach those age, they might have already have several women in their life. They might be married to one, but they already have several women. All what you need is a man who understands money, who is doing well financially, who can take care of some needs in the. You could see from the fruit, you could see this guy, he has vision, he has discipline, the way he's handling, he's working towards something built with the person. It's just a matter of time. You guys are going to make the money. But if you also decide, I just want to wait to find somebody who just come in, that's okay. Because God has a beautiful way how he handles things. So maybe you might be the few that will get that. But for me, what I'll tell my sister is that once you get a man who understands money, who save, who invest, who is not a waster, who have the discipline, and you could see fruit, it's just that it's not as big as Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, go with that person. That is the advice I would give. And if you're also a guy, if you see a lady who read books to understand money, who give you ideas on how to save and invest, who think of possible futures, she's not a waster, that's a big deal for you too. That's a big deal for you too. That's a good tool for you. And the fourth thing I observe these people who have a happy, fulfilled marriage they have is they pick somebody they can suffer with. Everybody can enjoy with you, but not everybody would like to suffer with you. So when it comes to choosing, choose someone you can suffer with, and they can also suffer with you. This is very important. If you people can suffer together, then the happiness is ice on the cake. Choose someone you can suffer with. So that person have everything. Look at the person. Can I suffer with this person? There are some people you can't suffer with them. In fact, you hate it. But there are some people, because of the genuine love you have for them, even if you see them suffering, you can't wait to, you don't want to see them suffer. That's your person. I remember during one of the challenges time with my wife at the college, when our allowance come, we bring it together, pay for her fees. Another time, allowance come, we bring it together, pay for my fees. There are these things are very hard. My wife will prepare rice. In Ghana, we call it angwamu. It's oil with rice with pepper, and she'll fry egg or sometimes cook the egg. Then we'll get some chilled water. We'll be cracking jokes, dancing while eating. Today, I can send her to one of the best restaurants for dinner. I don't have issues with that. So choose someone you can suffer with, so that when the better days come, it builds you people stronger. I've seen a lot of guys, they pick someone they enjoy with. Now suffering start coming. You can't find a lady. I've seen ladies, they pick men they can enjoy with. Now she's just suffering. Something just happened to her, the guy leave. If you find somebody you can suffer with, my brother, my sister, that's your person. So observe that. Another thing to look at is companionship. Do people have companion? Because I believe marriage is companionship. Marriage is not a wedding, it's not a ring, it's companionship. What is companionship? It's friendship, doing things together, supporting each other together, doing things together. There's a lady I counsel, she's about to leave the marriage, and the reason was that she had someone they built companionship with, but she had somebody from Germany came to marry her, German burger, and her parents forced her to marry that man. The man built a house in Ghana, she's in there. The guy is in Germany, once in a while he will visit. The lady sat down and she started asking, Awaribe, what kind of marriage am I in? Now she's wishing for companionship. You want somebody you can play together with. You want somebody you can suffer together with. Do you go to play snooker together? Do you eat together? Do you dance together? This morning I have to dance with my woman. Like, have someone you can play with. Friendship, that is the marriage. Marriage, the wedding, the ring, they are ice on the cake. Friendship, sharing views together, arguing together, fighting together, laugh making together, cook together, dance together, walk together. Is that togetherness that takes the loneliness? If you don't consider companionship, you are going to get married and feel alone. There are a lot of people, they are married, but they feel lonely because they are with somebody that's not their person. That's the worst place to be. That's the worst place to be. So companionship is a big deal. I think another thing is, I learned from this very successful, happily married people, is that they don't see love as a feeling. Feeling is part of love, but they see love in different components. There's sacrifice in love. There's commitment in love. There's feeling in love. There's kindness in love. There's respect in love. There's patience in love. There's acceptance in love. There's so much in love. So when the feeling comes, they do it. When the feeling don't come, they bring in the commitment. They put the commitment, then they feel it again. When the sacrifice comes, they put in air. They put it in. When the kindness comes, they are kind. When give, they give gifts. You know, but if you narrow love to feeling, a time's gonna come you don't feel for the person. So what's you gonna do? You're gonna leave the person. And now new things are always exciting. If I hook up with a new person, it's gonna be exciting because I can't predict it. But after I've been with the person for 16 years, boredom is going to create it. So if you are chasing feeling, you are going to have a lot of you are going to have a lot of people in your journey. I know guys, they have so many ladies, because love really is not limited to only feeling. It keeps changing. So you meet this person, then you meet another one, then you meet it, then what happened with the first one? So there's commitment, there's sacrifice, there's kindness, there's compassion, there's understanding, there's patience, there's acceptance, there's gratitude. There's a lot in the love. So it's not focused on only a feeling. And then the last thing I saw from these people who have a happy, healthy marriage, long-lasting marriage, is they don't lose their individuality in the marriage. They don't lose themselves in the marriage. You are individual, she's individual. She's unique, you are unique. In fact, this is what attracted both of you. When I have to lose me to be in this marriage, when you have to lose you to be in this marriage, that's toxic. That's unfair. You can do it after a while, but you're going to start resenting me. You're going to start getting mad. Everybody wants a safe space to be themselves. People do well when they are themselves. True freedom is when to be in an environment you are allowed to be yourself. You are accepted. You are valued. You are appreciated. Not based on your performance for who you are. When people don't appreciate who you are, it's hard to be in that state. Now, there's nothing wrong with improving, adaptability, working on yourself to heal, to become better. That's okay. But there are certain things that makes you who you are, that brings you fulfillment. So and some people need space to experience themselves. You need to respect that. Once you respect individuality, there are things my woman need to feel good. I have to respect and value that. There's support in love. There's growth in love. If you don't support my growth, then you don't really love me. Or maybe you love me, but you think it as a feeling. There's support in love. What kind of person are you becoming in this relationship? Am I becoming a narcissist? A toxic person? You should become a better person with someone. That is true love. I wish you guys all the best. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.